News Radio, WGNS Murfreesboro, the voice of Rutherford County, and the flagship station for Blue Raiders sports. The Courthouse Clock shows it's 6 o'clock.
Welcome to Rick Stockstill Live, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative and your trusted energy advisor. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com or tweeting us using the hashtag AskStock. Rick Stockstill Live is brought to you by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Lewis Bakeries, bakers of Bunny, Sunbeam, and Healthy Life Breads.
You're good.
Bud Light, it's for the fans. And Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome into Rick Stockstill Live tonight from the Boulevard. Glad to have you with us this evening as we talk Middle Tennessee football for the next hour. Our show comes to you from the Boulevard, right across from campus at East Main and Middle Tennessee Boulevard, and presented each week by Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative and trusted energy advisor. And Coach Rick Stockstill joins us here this evening. Middle coming off a 35-14 win or loss at Virginia Tech, but Coach, your ball club went up there and played what I thought was really well. Little things here and there, and all of a sudden you could have had a fourth quarter ball game and it up for grabs late in the clock.
Yeah, Chip. I was proud of how hard we played. We competed our tails off, and we knew how good Virginia Tech was or is, and we knew it would be a struggle at times. But really proud of our guys, man. They flew around. Didn't back down from anything, and just in those type of games you gotta get a couple breaks, and we didn't get any breaks, and meaning we didn't create any. You got to get a couple turnovers, and we weren't able to do that, and but hung in there the first half. If it's 14-7, and could have very well easily have been 14-7 the other way, or 14-10 the other way, or 10-7. So we did a lot of good things, a lot of things we need to improve on and get better at. But really proud of how we flew around in the third quarter there. We opened the drive, got the quarter going, got a little drive going, and we couldn't finish it out. And then I think they scored 3 straight possessions there, and just kind of got too far ahead. We couldn't overcome that. But we battled the whole game, and was proud to see that, and we build on that and move forward now as we go into conference play.
Yep, we'll break down each half here in the next couple of segments, but talking about some of the highlights and from a 50,000-foot view. First of all, second game out, the old axiom is you improve a great deal between game 1 and game 2. What did you see from your football team that proved that true this weekend?
Well, I think, offensively, I thought our offensive line played better against Virginia Tech than it did against Monmouth, and again, they played against a much better opponent also. Mm-hmm. So I thought there was, better there. We still we still didn't run the ball, consistently enough, efficiently enough, effectively enough that we need to moving forward. But it wasn't all because of the offensive line. We got to get better at the back in the running back position there, and I think it'll happen as we, those guys, hadn't played in a while and a couple years, and trusting what they see and the timing of it. I think all that plays a part. But I think offensively, our offensive line, really improved, and then. Defensively, I thought we created a lot of pressure. We let the quarterback get out a couple times, and we got to do a better job there. We did a really good job the first half. We only gave up 1 explosive play. Then we gave up 5 in the second half. So we're getting better there. We got off the field at times a little bit better than we did the first week. So I thought there was improvement, on both sides of the ball. And then in the kicking game, man, we kicked phenomenal.
Kyle Ulbrich was unbelievable.
We kicked, he kicked great. We downed him inside the 10, inside the 5. He had distance. Scott Payne kicked off really well. We made our extra points. Rank made his, both his extra points. He's 6 for 6 on the year. And we just didn't cover good enough. We missed a tackle on the one punt where they spit it out. And then they had a couple kickoff returns that we got to get better there from a coverage standpoint. But from a kicking standpoint, I don't know if you can kick the ball much better than what we did Saturday.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think I agree with you as well on when you talk about returns, whether it was a kick return that came out, a punt return they got loose with a little bit, and an interception return that they got some yards on. Those are kind of invisible yards when you look at the stats in a game, but it gave them very good field position on all 3 of those occasions.
Yeah, and you throw an interception at midfield. I mean, you can watch Monday night tonight if they throw an interception. When there's interceptions at midfield, that's when you're going to get bigger returns because all your receivers, your skill guys are on the outside, and now whoever intercepts it, he's basically trying to avoid an offensive lineman. And, so that's when you throw an interception on the sideline, deep balls, you get more skill guys in those areas to get him down. So, their guy made a really, really nice play on the interception. He was underneath man coverage and made a nice play on it. And, and then the first kickoff return of the game, we do a good job. We end up, forcing them to punt, so our defense, responded well to that. And then, after I think it was the punt return, we held them to. We were going to hold them to a field goal, and we had the roughing the passer call, that extended the drive and they ended up scoring.
Yeah, we'll talk about penalties a little bit later as well. But the other thing, Coach, when you take a team on the road for the first time, and this is a much different group than you took a year before, it's always a little bit different. But how did your guys handle the trip, especially because on Friday you had about a 7-hour bus ride and about a 6-hour or maybe a shade more than that coming home?
Yeah, I thought they responded really well. We left early Friday morning, and Coach Brock, BB, did a great job of, organizing that trip and everything. And, so there weren't any, hiccups from that standpoint. Our guys, handled it. We went, 4 hours or so, and they got off. The bus drivers took a little break, and we rode in there. And once we got there, we probably had an hour and a half, kind of let them just get checked in the hotel. And then we did all our walkthroughs, our meetings that we normally do here on a Friday. We couldn't do here, obviously, so we did them there. We had dinner, and then our snack and go to bed and all that stuff. So, but I thought our guys handled it well, and obviously we were sore yesterday at practice. Part of it was the bus getting that out of us, and part of it was how physical that game was. So, but we'll be ready to go here tomorrow when we start practice.
Yep, and and I think you certainly didn't like the outcome, but your guys sure looked the part against Virginia Tech, and I tell you, you got to tip your hat to them. They're a really good football team.
Yeah, I mean they're whatever they were,
15 this week.
Is that what they are? 15, and they're a good team, and they'll make some noise in the ACC. But like I said, I was proud of our team. We're disappointed that we didn't win. We went up there with one objective, and we didn't get it done. But I cannot fault their effort, how competitive they were, and just their demeanor after the game. There wasn't any satisfaction. There was, hey, we played them close, or we did this or that. They were disappointed and actually ticked off. Which is, as a coach, is always good to see.
Yep. Well, as we get ready to take our first break in just a second, there's one other reason that we're glad that you're here today, Coach. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's Bald is Beautiful Day across America.
I wonder why Mark Owens was here.
Yeah, that's right. So congratulations, you are our poster child for that tonight, but that's kind of self-inflicted, though.
I kind of like it, to be honest with you.
Makes it easy to find the part, doesn't it?
I just kind of like it.
All right, Rick Stockstill Live tonight. We're coming to you from the Boulevard. Nice crowd here this evening. Hope everybody has a good time. You can come on and join us here as well. We'll take a break. More with Coach Rick Stockstill after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Hey, honey, got the 70-inch flat screen mounted. Come take a look.
Why are the instructions still wrapped in plastic?
Instructions are just another man's suggestions.
You sure about that?
Need another chance? Get one with Powerball with Double Play. Add Double Play for just $1 and give your numbers a second chance to win up to $10 million with drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Powerball with Double Play and the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
It's red.
With heated seats.
Serious air conditioning.
And that little compartment thingy, where you put your sunglasses.
You found the perfect car. Now get the perfect loan with Ascend. We've got low rates, flexible terms, and you can apply online at ascend.org or at any of our branch locations.
I'm gonna name her Betty.
Auto loans from Ascend Federal Credit Union. Banking without the bank. Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Third down 11 at the Middle Tennessee 45-yard line. Burmeister with Blackshear off his right hip. Two wideouts to the left, one to the right. Tight end goes in motion to the left. Burmeister gets the shotgun snap, has some time, now flushed out, goes to his right, looks, has pressure, he'll be sacked! Back at the 40-yard line by DQ Thomas. He'll lose 15. And for DQ Thomas, that's his 16th and a half career sack.
Tried to get a 10-yard out route to the near side, to the Virginia Tech sideline, and for whatever reason didn't want to throw it. It had pretty decent coverage, but then DQ and his crew got after the quarterback.
Well, that came in the first half as DQ Thomas and the Blue Raiders were really stuffing Virginia Tech early. I want to remind you that the Murfreesboro Post is Rutherford County's local newspaper. Subscriptions to the Murfreesboro Post just $20 a year for 52 issues. Visit online at murfreesboropost.com today. Coach Rick Stockstill here tonight. Rick Stockstill live at the Boulevard. And that first half, Coach, and that first quarter in particular, that was a part of the game that was played right in the middle of the field almost. I mean, they had the field position from the opening kickoff return, but 4 straight 3-and-outs before Virginia Tech put together a 14-play drive for the first score of the game.
Yeah, I thought, both defenses were playing really well. We kept the ball in front of us, didn't give up anything big. They took a couple shots down there, and then offensively we just, we kind of misfired a couple times. But, we were, it's early in the game. It's early in the season. Those things, you can watch any game and see it, especially right now. But, I thought we hung in there. I not thought we did. We hung in there with them and, battled and, just we didn't make anything happen, but we didn't give up anything. So we were right there in it. And,
yep.
Then they score. And, it's a 7-0 game in the second. So, just again, I mean, we hung in there and we battled with them.
How hard was Burmeister to game plan for and to keep in front of you?
Well, I mean, he's a really, really good athlete, as you guys saw, and he can run, and we knew he was dangerous outside the pocket because he did it against North Carolina the week before, and he's a really good runner, throws the ball well on the move, extended some plays. We did a good job of pressuring him, getting him to move. We did not do a very good job of keeping him inside the pocket. We let him get outside our leverage a couple times, and that hurt us. But he's a really, really good player.
With the game at 14-0 and 8:55 to play in the half, Middle Tennessee put their best drive of the first half together. It was 11 plays, 75 yards, and Bailey Hockman hit C.J. Wyndham with a pass. We'll hear the highlight of that in just a bit. But the original call on the play was that it was out of bounds. C.J. told Wayne Gross that he goes, I knew I had a touchdown the whole way. Were you as confident as C.J. was?
No. I mean, on the sideline there, because it happened right there, you're trying to look through people and whatnot. So I didn't have a good view of it. And, the official was right there. So, I wasn't really confident that it'd be overturned because I didn't see it. And usually plays like that, the official is right. And but no, I was glad I was glad it was overturned. I'm glad CJ knew he was in. I wish he'd have told me that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have been
so
as
you
nervous.
wouldn't have been as worried on that. And and for C.J. Wyndham, he had a good day. Jimmy Marshall had a really good day. With over 100 yards receiving. But at that point, 14-7, you turn right around, you force a punt, and have an opportunity. Bring it up across midfield, get it to the 43, and you went from a 3rd and 4 to a 4th and 14 that kind of took you out of a chance right there.
Yeah, Bailey's got to get rid of it. We took a sack there, and, I thought he had time to get rid of it. So, in games like that, field position is so critical, and if it's 4th and 5 or whatever with that much time left, now you got a decision to make. Do you want to go for it, down there? So we went for it the one time about midfield on the touchdown drive, I think it was, and so we just got to avoid the negative plays, the tackle for loss plays, the sacks. There, so but that was an unfortunate play, but give them credit, they did a good job.
Yep, didn't get points there, but you did put Virginia Tech back at their own 4-yard line with a minute to go, so really not a whole lot going for them at that point, as the score at halftime was Virginia Tech 14, Middle Tennessee 7. We'll take another break as we are at the Boulevard tonight. Want to welcome members of the Blue Zoo that are here tonight. A couple of tables worth of the Blue Zoo members. Glad to have them with us. Glad to have you with us wherever you may be listening tonight. More on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance. All without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
First and 10 here in a 14-0 game. Hoffman looks, throws, got a man open inside the 10. Jimmy Marshall to the 5-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds there. Nasir Peoples on the stop. Middle Tennessee for the first time today is in the Roscoe Brown Blue Zone. Roscoe Brown keeping you cool for 75 years. First and goal at the 5. Well, you heard there as Jimmy Marshall with one of his catches on the night as Middle Tennessee got down close and ended up getting in the end zone. 35-14 was the final score and 14-7 at the half. Middle got the ball first to start the second half. Coach got it to the plus 35, but ended up with a 4th and 8 right there. You were kind of in no man's land right there. How close, how much did you need more to be confident to send one of your kickers out?
We're probably right now, we're probably at the 30-yard line. If it's no wind or anything like that, we're probably, 47, 48-yarder max. Then if we could have kept that at, got it to 4th and 3 or even at 4th and 5, you can go for it.
Right.
4th and 8, now it's going to be pretty tough sledding. So Kyle did a great job pinning them down in there, but so a handful of yards.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Zeke Rankin has been your extra point guy so far. You haven't had many chances at field goals just yet. Alex Ustry has kicked a little bit. And with those guys, what is your plan with those? Does it come as far as distance, or how do you go about who you're going to use there?
Really, the big thing, Chip, is just their performance during the week of practice. And, Zeke has been the most consistent, but it's not a huge separation. And I told them both before the Monmouth game and told them last week that, Zeke kicks 4 against Monmouth and Alex kicked 2, and we didn't have any field goal opportunities. And then this week we only had 2 opportunities. So I'm going to continue to let those guys battle it out and see, who's most consistent during the week. This past week, Zeke was, again, the most consistent, and that's why he got the first at-bat.
Yep, and again, you like to have had a chance for points right there because Virginia Tech got the ball with 10:45 to play in the third, and that is the stretch of the game where they put it away as they scored on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and again, I thought we responded better against Virginia Tech coming out of halftime than we did against Monmouth. We didn't make anything happen. I think we were 3 and out at Monmouth. Here we put a nice little drive together and, got down there and had an opportunity to get points. We just, like I said, we didn't finish it off. And, so we were better from that standpoint. But then, I think that was the drive that Virginia Tech hits the deep ball like a 50-yard
47-yarder.
Yeah.
Because they had 77 yards on 2 plays out of 93 that they had in the entire drive.
Yeah, so gave up a couple big plays there, and then the next possession, I think we were 3 and out, and that might have been the interception. Yeah, and then they go down and score. So it just kind of got away from us there, that 7 or 8 minutes there of the third quarter.
Yeah, Blackshear scored a couple of touchdowns on the end of drives, and then after an exchange of punts with 5:07 to go in the football game, at that point it was 35-7, and you guys insert Chase Cunningham and let that group put together a drive, and a nice one that they did. 13 plays, 86 yards that ended up with Chase connecting with Marquell Tinsley on a 6-yard touchdown pass, and Chase looked the part as well. I mean, he's been practicing well and very much had control and mastery of the offense.
Yeah, Chase is a good player. Chase is a good quarterback, and I've said it here for 2 or 3 weeks now. All 3 of those guys are going to play, and it doesn't mean that we can't decide on who the quarterback is. That's not the case. But all 3 of those guys, have different skill sets, that help our offense and help our team. And Chase is a really good player. And I think he's 10 out of 12 so far this year and a touchdown and has done a nice job. He had a nice long run against Monmouth. Mike comes in and has a 17-yard run, against Virginia Tech. So all those guys are going to continue to play. And what I tell people when they say why, is in this day and age right now that with COVID and all that, you never know who's not going to be able to play day to day, let alone week to week. And I don't want to get to a situation where, you're playing in your whatever game and, only one guy's played. And so those are good players, and they'll continue to play.
Yep, and they all did. It's rare that you have 3 different quarterbacks that do contribute in a ball game, but they all did and had positives in the ball game. As we kind of wrap up conversation about this game, going in, was there concerns on both sides of the line because Virginia Tech had the offensive group that averaged 6'4.5" and 316 pounds, and we saw what they did on the defensive line against North Carolina. And how did you think your guys fared on both sides working against their lines, which are very good?
Yeah, I was concerned about their defensive line, and if we were going to be able to protect our quarterback.
And you were, for the most part.
And we did a really good job of that. They gave, I think North Carolina gave up 5 or 6 sacks you know, we gave up a couple there, 3, I think. But, you know, I was really proud of our offensive line. Our quarterbacks did a good job of, you know, for the most part, getting it out and not taking sacks. But I thought our offensive line handled it, their defensive front, probably, you know, better than, you know, what I anticipated. And then defensively, you know, they're ginormous, you know, really big. And, you know, we did a really good job. I was worried they're just going to try to line up and mash it, you know. And I think early that first quarter, you know, they realized that, no, we can't just run the ball or, you know, mash this thing on these guys. And I thought our defensive line, our linebackers were really, really good and did a good job stopping the run. And so I was really pleased with that because you had concerns on both sides of the ball if we were going to be able to, you know, handle that.
35-14 is the final. Virginia Tech, number 15 in the country now, gets the victory. And coming up in our next segment, we'll talk to Andy Everett, the voice of the UTSA Roadrunners, as we turn the page and get into conference play. Rick Stockstill Live, presented by Middle Tennessee Electric. Service to make your life better. Energy, service, life. And you're listening to the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around. After every game, we always have a few.
See you on Dalton?
It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
What was that, Chip?
I said, is he on?
Yes, sir.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders!
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious bunny bread and bunny buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're tailgating with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help tackle your hunger and give you energy. So pick up bunny buns and bunny bread today. It's sure to be a winner.
That's what I said. Bunny bread.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Floyd Stadium. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back to the Boulevard tonight for Rick Stockstill Live as we come to you from the Boulevard right across from the MTSU campus. And the Blue Raiders will be traveling down to San Antonio, the Alamo City this week to take on UTSA, and the voice of the Roadrunners, Andy Everett, joins us. from San Antonio. And Andy, you guys have gotten off to a great start so far, 2-0.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far to watch this team play. This team has a lot of really talented players on both sides of the ball. They're meshing well. I thought one of the things that was key in the presser that Coach Jeff Traylor did this morning was talk about the fact that they were playing a lesser opponent, an FCS opponent in Lamar, and nobody took any plays off. They were trying to find plays where they could go coach somebody, hey, you got to do this. They couldn't find any. That wasn't to say they played the perfect game, but they did have a lot of very good effort from almost every player. And that's the thing that's the most fun about watching this team play right now.
Well, you know, starting last year when Coach Traylor came in, they did a good job of putting some points on the board. But when you have the players that you have at quarterback and running back, that's a great place to start.
Yeah, Sincere McCormick is getting really keyed on. He still rushed for over 100 yards against a pretty good Illinois defense. He only carried the ball 7 times against Lamar and rushed, I think, for 46 yards maybe. But they didn't need him in that game. The defense scored and special teams scored before the offense really ever got on track. So he's still a very special player. But UTSA's wide receiver core is as good as any they've ever had in this school's history. And I think there's at least one in Zachary Franklin that has NFL potential. He makes some unbelievable catches. And the thing that's impressed me going all the way back to his freshman year is the routes he runs. They're so perfect. When you see him I can kind of see him out of the corner of my eye when he's running a route. And then this past year, he's really worked hard to get stronger so that when he makes a catch, he can run and get good yardage after catch. Against Illinois, he had 94 yards after catch. So the Roadrunners are very proud of what he's been able to accomplish.
Yep. Now we move into conference play this week, and after a good year last year, and now a really good start with the win over Illinois, you know, you hear a lot of talk that UTSA, Louisiana Tech are really the two teams to beat in the West. Has this team handled that attention pretty well?
Yeah, I think they have, and I think UAB's got to be a part of that mix too. I know they lost some seniors from last year, but they're still a really good team. And I think anytime you get into conference play, you can't take anything for granted, regardless of who your opponent is. I think the conference games are so much more important, and especially for schools in Conference USA, because even if one of us goes 12-0 and wins the conference championship game, the best we're probably going to be able to hope for is the New Year's Six game. I doubt they're going to let us play in the Final Four in the national championship game. I hope if they ever expand the playoffs to 12 teams, that an undefeated group of 6 team would get a chance to at least play in the tournament. But for now, that's the best that you can do. So winning conference championships and getting to that conference championship game is the goal for every team in this league. And I don't think there are any days off in this conference or any other. And obviously, the Power 5 schools are going to get the attention because of the money they spend and the people that come to their games and how much they pack the stadiums. But winning a conference game in any conference is huge.
Certainly is, and we all know all about that. You know, last year, Middle and UTSA ended up playing a pretty swiftly put together matchup at the Alamo Dome when Memphis was unable to travel. And I remember, you know, coming down there, and this was, probably mid-October sometime, and it ended up being a non-conference game, but it was odd because the streets were almost empty of people, and now that, you know, we've come a full year and a lot of stuff has happened. What's the vibe like in San Antonio right now, and what is the situation with home games for the Roadrunners at the Alamo Dome?
Well, we're full capacity, but even though the stadium technically seats 65,000 when the Alamo Bowl's here, it hasn't been opened. The upper deck has not been opened, except for last year when we needed it open for social distancing and trying to spread people out. A few years ago, it was determined that UTSA would close the upper deck, so the capacity basically for a UTSA game is around 38,000. There was an announced crowd of just over 16 for the game, which I think they were all there. I think that was a legitimate number for the game, and they were loud. It was a noisy building on Saturday against Lamar. And I think we'll see a few more than that. And Jeff Traylor still has a ways to go, I think, to convince everybody that this team is for real, but I think he's getting there. And beating Illinois and handling Lamar like they did, I think more and more people are starting to get excited. When UTSA opened in 2011, in 2012, in the first few years, Larry Coker was consistently getting 25 to 35,000 people in the stadium for every game. And I think they would be thrilled to have low 30s pretty much every game from here on out if they could get to that number. And at the rate that Jeff Traylor is helping this team, and he's out in the community all the time. He's a former Texas high school coach. He knows pretty much every coach that coaches any high school team in Texas. So they've texted him and congratulated him on the success so far. But he's out trying to, recruit students and recruit fans to come to the games as well as coach his team. And I would hope that we would get, as he said, if everybody comes back and brings a friend, it'll be a pretty raucous environment.
Yep.
And anytime you play in a dome stadium and you start getting people getting loud, it gets really loud in there in a hurry.
Yeah, it sure does, and especially the way that games typically go when Middle and UTSA play last year, 37-35. Roadrunners got the win. Middle Tennessee trying to kick a field goal to win it at the buzzer. Crazy games, but that's what happens in Conference USA. Andy, look forward to seeing you this weekend.
See you on Saturday.
All right, Andy Everett, the voice of the UTSA Roadrunners. We'll take a timeout. More with Coach Rick Stockstill and your questions after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Coach Rick Stockstill. Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? This is exactly what you need for your busy lifestyle. Need some cash? Use this card fee-free at Ascend's 2 on-campus ATMs and at thousands of ATMs worldwide. Bank where the Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics.
Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. Visit us at ascend.org.
We recently talked to a world-renowned gemologist.
The optic character of this ruby is brilliant, and the refractive index on this sapphire is simply superb. And judging by the writing on the top of this diamond, I'd say that it could be worth up to $500,000. I'll give it a scratch just to make sure.
Woo! We've got ourselves a real gem here.
Take it from the experts. The new September instant games are truly brilliant. See for yourself. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
The way we do work has changed. Where we work, how we work, and the day-to-day challenges we face as businesses have evolved. As organizations continue to adapt, RJ Young is here to help. We're your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Whether it's office technology and equipment, managed IT services, business process outsourcing, or digital communications, we can help make your workflows easier, faster, and more efficient so your team can focus on the core of your business. To learn more about what RJ Young can do for you, visit themodernoffice.com.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line. Chase Cunningham looks, throws, caught, touchdown, Middle Tennessee. Markel Tinsley on the touchdown catch for the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, nice little look like a turn route where you actually turn inside and then get out to the boundary right there, kind of push off the defender midway into the end zone, and Cunningham put it right on him.
Well, the Blue Raiders score there to make it 35-14, and welcome back in to Rick Stockstill Live tonight, and glad to have you all with us here at the Boulevard. Want to remind you that True Blue fans, whether you're tuned into the game on the radio, watching the game on TV, or sitting in the stands, stay up to date with Blue Raider football with this year's Football Game Day Yearbook and Digital Game Day Guide at GoBlueRaiders.com on the Blue Raider Connect app. And if you're here in the building, you've got a free copy of that on your table here at the Boulevard. All right, Jonathan House had the first question here tonight. Coach said Virginia Tech's atmosphere was phenomenal, and he was at the game. The team played calm, cool, and collected for most of the game. How do you prep the team to play now in an Alamo Dome, another loud environment?
Yeah, Jonathan, I think there's a lot of similarities. There won't be as many people, but like the guy said earlier here from San Antonio, when you play inside, the noise is magnified. And there weren't that many people there at the San Antonio, our game last year, and it was still really, really loud. So we've got to do a good job. The thing you try to do is I pick different parts of practice throughout the course of the week that we'll play music or crowd noise or whatever at different times, not the whole time. I've been at places where we've done it the whole practice, and you leave there with a headache and you can't hear, you can't coach. So we'll try to split it up a little bit, but you know the big thing is when it's loud like that and like it's going to be this weekend, is players have to rely on their discipline, and they have to focus and concentrate, you know, that much more, because you're not going to be able to hear, you know, you play on an outdoor stadium, you know, Monmouth, I could yell, or we could yell and communicate with your guys. You can't do that, you know, at Virginia Tech or when you go into a dome like we're going into this week.
Yep. How much did you all end up having to use a silent count or go on the clap with the crowd noise at Tech?
Yeah, Chip, we went on the clap the whole game, and that doesn't mean that we had to do it, that it was that loud that we couldn't hear, you know, the whole game. But, you know, that's what we practiced and that's what we did. You know, there may have been a handful of plays that you didn't have to do it. But for the most part, you needed to clap the whole game.
Yeah, does that get you in case you need it this week? That you've had a full game of that under your belt.
Yeah, Chip, absolutely, it helps us, you know, and because obviously we didn't have that last year because you never played in front of a full capacity crowd. You know, so it's been a while since these athletes have, you know, played in front of people, and you know, so it'll only help us, you know, moving forward this week. And then, you know, next week at Charlotte, it won't be that loud because, you know, we're outside and everything. Right. So it'll be good.
Yep. Drake Williams, I think you kind of touched on this earlier, and you said you were pleasantly surprised at how well your lines handled the lines from Virginia Tech.
Yeah, you know, and I probably shouldn't say surprised, but I was proud of how they handled it. Because there was a physical mismatch. You know, they were, you know, their left tackle is 6'9", 310. I mean, they're in the 6'9", 310 walking around here in Murfreesboro. And, you know, so there was some of that part of it, that just the physical size mismatch, and just really proud of how hard our guys played and like I said, competed through it.
All right, Joe Walrese, brought up a situation. It's always kind of interesting to figure out how this was adjudicated on the play where there were offsetting penalties, which included the overturned targeting call on Greg Great. It was third down. So if it was offsetting penalties, how did it go to first down immediately after the play?
Because the hit on the hit that he had on the quarterback, that was deemed unnecessary roughness after the whistle had blown. And obviously the whistle hadn't blown, but that's just the letter of the law, so to speak, because of that. If it had been pass interference and their penalty, whatever it was,
holding or
whatever it was, it would have been offsetting. But since it was deemed a unnecessary roughness, a physical penalty, that supersedes the holding penalty.
Yeah, and even though they did offset, it was still after the whistle, which then made it the automatic first down. So now on that play, were you surprised at all that they did overturn when you're on the road?
Yeah. No, not so much on the road, but if you'll watch games this weekend, the SEC and the ACC are really, really, they err on the side of targeting. And, they've always done it. And, we lost, I think it was KB at Alabama. We lost him down there. But, but watching it, right. I really thought Greg led with his shoulder. I didn't think he led with his head.
You're right.
And, and obviously that's what he had done. But, yeah, anytime, and that's such a hard play. It's hard to coach. It's hard to tell your players how to respond because the quarterback is running, or any player is running, especially a quarterback. He's running and he's making people miss, and then you're flying from 20 yards away, and all of a sudden he slides at the last minute while you're in your tackling position for him, and all of a sudden he slides. And that's hard. It's and the official said it to me. He told me, said it's hard to officiate that when the quarterback slides that late, it's hard. So I was just proud that Greg, it wasn't malicious. He didn't try to hurt him, and did a good job of keeping his head out of it.
Would you be in favor of a two-tiered penalty?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like technical fouls in basketball?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on the rules committee, and we talk about, on the National Rules Committee, we talk about it every year, that I think it's very unfair to disqualify a player, especially in football, because you practice 350 days a year to play 12 games, and all of a sudden you're going to get one of them taken away from you because, there was no malicious intent with Greg on that play. And for him to be disqualified, penalizing, 15-yard penalizing, but don't kick him out of the game. Now, if he flies in there, lowers his head, and kick him out of the game. I'm all in favor.
Like a flagrant foul.
Yeah, kick him out of the game. It was intent. He knows better, than to lead with the crown of his helmet. So if it's malicious, if there's intent, there's so many. You're running, all of a sudden the back or the quarterback or the receiver ducks his head, and you're a millisecond away, or whatever that word is, and all of a second, you're gonna make a tackle. That's how you coach it. It's hard, and so I'm all in favor of that.
All right, I'm not going to read Jennifer's entire question here, but give me a minute on Kyle Ulbrich.
I thought he punted phenomenal. I thought he was the biggest thing, Jennifer. I'll say, when we were on the 35-yard line, I think it was the 35-yard line, and we punted, or 38 when we punted, and he downed it on the 7. I'm a punter. All right, if I punt this sucker in the end zone, I'm going to punt it 35 yards or 38 yards, whatever it was. If I punt it down it inside the 10, now it's a 28-yard punt. Now I'm being, if I punt it in the end zone, I'm selfish. I do what I'm supposed to do. I punt it, I keep it inside the 10. Now it hurts my stats and all that stuff, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So I think as great as he punted, that was his best punt of the day, because it showed that he was not selfish, and that he punted the ball and did what he was supposed to do and try to get it down inside the 10.
My gosh, he had all his short irons out there the other day.
Did a great job.
Oh, my gosh.
At 55-yarders, he had punted inside the 4, inside the 10. It was great.
Yep, he's a weapon. All right, we'll take a final break, wrap things up with the coach right after this. You're listening to Rick Stockstill live from Learfield.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and
I'll be listening for your music.
Our mission. Visit mmclinic.com.
And I will make sure to play it.
615-893-4480.
You trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance. All without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Back for a final segment with Coach Rick Stockstill tonight as we get set for Middle and UTSA on Saturday. Kickoff at 5 o'clock, tailgate show at 3:30 with Dick Palmer and Dwayne Hickey. And Coach, the UTSA Ball Club, they had a good year last year, and they're off to a really good start this year.
Yeah, they got a good team. They beat, Illinois the first week, and then they thumped Lamar last week, so it's a good football team. But we're fired up, Chip. I can't wait to go in there, and our team's ready, and let's get after it.
Conference play is what it's all about.
Yep. That's what at the end of the day, that's what you're playing for, like that guy said. I mean, it's every game is as critical as the Super Bowl. And, so that's our goal at the end of the year, to be champs, and it starts this week. So it's a long year. But we're excited about this year getting started in conference play at San Antonio.
Yep, you've got a couple of tough road challenges here in the conference. But, again, it all starts for real on Saturday, and want to wish you all the best.
Appreciate it, Chip. Thanks for everybody coming here tonight, man. This is a great crowd. Appreciate Rick, Matt, Ensel, you guys coming. Daryl Simpson, you guys, man, I appreciate you, man.
All right, that'll wrap it up for us. Dalton Barrett has been our studio producer. Join us again on Saturday for Blue Raider football right here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.